My name is Jeffrey, and I'm the Executive Director of the Asian American Writers Workshop, a national literary nonprofit that operates at the intersections of art, race, and social justice. On behalf of the workshop, I'm so thrilled to be here today for the Rubin Museum's virtual block party. In celebration of the Lotus, we'll be presenting two very special performances. First up is Samira Sadek, a Bangladeshi born poet currently living in New York City. Samira will be reading a selection of poetry centering the emotions of grief and romance, two sides of the lotus flower's own life cycle. She'll be followed by a dance performance from the Bangladesh Academy of Fine Arts, a cultural arts academy based in the Bronx. Their performance, set to the classical Rabindranath Tagore song Esho Nipobone, is an ode to the sacred Kadamba flower, reminding us all of our own intrinsic connection to the elements. Much like the lotus flower's own ability to bloom in even the murkiest of waters, these performances remind us of the multitude of emotions, both difficult and empowering, that represent our shared human experience. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Hi everyone, my name is Samira Sadek and I'm a Bangladeshi journalist and poet living here in New York. I'm very excited to be sharing two of my poems with you here from my reading corner. So thanks a lot for joining us today. My first poem that I'm sharing is something that I wrote in 2018 when there were massive student protests taking over my hometown in Bangladesh, and the students were met with a lot of violence. And as I'm sure a lot of us can relate to right now, when there's a revolution going on in your hometown and you're not there to witness it in person, it adds to a certain kind of a grief. And I processed that by writing this. When our children go to war, sometime within the window of 2 and 4 a.m., mother awakes, kisses 1, 2, 8 names of children into her prayer beads, wakes me up, says the unseen is fierce, says the unseen is desperate, says they don't know what's coming for them, ask them to come home. They don't know what's coming for them. A mother knows. A mother always knows. Somewhere beyond the window of 1 and 3 oceans, I awake. My throat in a cough syrup dryness. I write 1, 2, 8 names of children whose hands are melting into wheels, offering this earth the heaviness of their chest, the soles of their feet, the blood like a new beginning on their pristine white school clothes. I pray, Mother, let the unseen come. Mother, just because the darkness doesn't seem to end doesn't mean we aren't getting close to the light every day. Thank you very much for joining me for that poem. My next poem is actually a love poem, and it's an ode to all the hurdles that we cross in order to reach love, whether it's romantic love or spiritual or with oneself. And I wrote it. I think it's incredible the fights we force ourselves to fight in our pursuit of love. And so this is an ode to that, because I also feel that it very much symbolizes the blooming of a lotus, and I wanted to share that here with you. I wanted to paint the Atlantic across your face. I wanted to paint the Atlantic across your face so that you would know I'm not lying when I say that the entire earth revolves around you, and that your eyes have bits of New York buried in them. I wanted to hold your smile and drop inks of it in all 5 oceans so that the whole world could taste the contagious joy of the boy who laughs like the rattles of a monsoon rain and weeps like a December snowfall. I wanted to run my fingers across the Amazonian depth of your hair as the waves of your bones fell into my curves in the kind of harmony that shooting stars and thunderstorms are made of. I wanted to fit infinity within the length and depth and breadth of your body so that the world would know better than to measure their feelings against a number so powerless in the face of fate. I wanted us to crawl through every inch of the rail tracks that crawl through Dhaka slums where mortals gather in the nighttime to taste everything from acid to coal, the price of their sweat unanswered for, the tips of their tongue at the hems of forgotten childhood songs. I wanted you to see, amid all this chaos of colors and coal, of presidential debates and environmental campaigns, how much this world forgets every day about its own martyrs. I wanted to remind you that the world doesn't fit into our palms as they once said it would, and that in reality the Atlantic is huge, and it is impossible for us to find everyone and tell them that it's okay. No matter how fast we drive, how viciously we fight our wars, we cannot beat the earth at making revolutions. So I just wanted to paint the Atlantic across your face. I wanted to fit the entire earth into your 5-foot existence, because only then could I proudly say to the sun, I have loved the entire earth and all its beings without breaking a single bone in my body, so try me. Thank you very much for joining me for these poems, and thanks a lot to the Rubin Museum and the Asian American Writers Workshop for giving us the opportunity to share this.
শনি পবনে ছায়া বিধি তলে শোকর স্নান নবধারা জলে হে শনি পবনে ছায়া বিধি তলে শনি পবনে ছায়া বিধি তলে শোকর স্নান নবধারা জলে হে শনি পবনে ছায়া বিধি তলে আজি খানে খানে হাসি খানি সখী অধরে নয়নে উঠুক চমকি আজি খানে খানে হাসি খানি সখী অধরে নয়নে উঠুক চমকি আজি খানে খানে মল্লার গানে তব মধু স্বরে দে বাণী কলকালেশ নিপবনে ছায়াবিধি তলেশ কর স্নান নবধারা জলে এসো নিপবনে ছায়াবিধি তলেশ কর স্নান নবধারা জলে এসো নিপবনে ছায়াবিধি তলে।
Thank you everyone for joining us today. For more information about the Asian American Writers Workshop, please visit AAWW.org. And for more block party fun, check out rubinmuseum.com/blockparty. We'll see you next time.